Welcome back to the Daughters of the Moon podcast. We're grateful you can join us for another week.
We sure are.
And we're excited. We're going to do your August monthly reading for you today. So this is exciting and, exciting, not exciting, because August means that we're also moving into the fall soon. So
Yeah.
it seems like summer has whipped by.
I know it's like going in the store and already seeing the winter clothing on it's like, no, we just got our hot weather.
Right?
It's been really hot, mind you, but summer can't be over yet.
No,
No,
down.
but we are in Alberta.
We are.
So we can get 4 seasons in one day. So it's just part of Alberta.
It is. So, but we're going to do your reading for you, and it's kind of cool too because we're doing it now in the second full moon of the when we're recording this is the second full moon, and it's in Capricorn. That's happened twice this year, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's supposed to be a very powerful time and good time to manifest and stuff. So
good.
So all right.
Okay, am I going first again?
Sure.
Okay, she always puts me first. Ain't that nice? Anyways, the one I picked is Archangel Power Tarot Cards, and it's done by Doreen Virtue and Radleigh Valentine. Anyways, nice cards. Should put up there farther. Okay, and the one I drew this time is called Knight of Michael.
I'll just hold it up for you to look at it. And she's doing that.
Oh, yeah, that's very
It says on it, strong, committed, intellectual, diligent, time to move quickly, choose logic over emotion and sudden changes.
Okay, that's why I wasn't even in Michael.
She wasn't in Michael yet.
So that's why I couldn't find Knight of Michael.
She's going there. This is actually kind of funny because we were just having a conversation before we started rolling about all kinds of different things that are happening with the energy right now, which really seems to be kind of all these upsets and all these kind of chaotic things happening for people. So you guys will have to let us know if that's kind of how you're feeling with this full moon and all these switches.
But it seems like at the same time, even though it's chaotic, they're running into a cycle where it gets better at the end of it. So it's not something that it's chaotic and it's going to stay chaotic. It just seems like it is for the moment, but it seems like it's generating to get what you need out of it to fix the problem finally. So that's kind of a nice thing too, right?
Absolutely.
So what have I got here for a picture? Okay, so the Knight of Michael. Okay, I see him on a horse. His cape is blowing in the wind. So he's traveling. Time is traveling quickly, and he's trying to choose what he wants to do. His emotions are strong, but he's strong enough and he's got the intellect to go where he wants to go. The clouds behind him, even though they look like they're not that nice, but they are, because the sun's trying to show through too. So it shows that he's traveling in the right direction to choose where he wants to go, to make the changes that are coming his way. And there are going to be some sudden changes that are going to be coming his way too. So he's running into them. He's testing time as to where he wants to go and what he wants to do. But it appears by the way that he's traveling on the horse, even though it's rearing up, and he is traveling and he is getting to where he needs to go. So the magic is going to be there for him. So he can expect the changes that are coming, but he just needs to go a little bit stronger with his time and a little bit shorter with it in order to make things come together. That's how I get that card. What do you see, Kim?
All right. Well, I see that he's like moving forward, but he's kind of looking to the side. So it's almost like he's reflecting on things that have happened in the past. I'm feeling like he really needs to be talking about stuff because of the blue there. So it's really like it's a time right now to be talking about the things that have happened in your life and reflecting on the past in order to keep moving forward with things. It's talking about really going with your gut energy on stuff and to be gentle with yourself, because you don't need to be in a hurry to be leaping forward, because it's like the horse is leaping forward. So it's like you don't need to be in a such a rush to get to where you need to go, because it feels like if you're doing that, it's like you're going to slide backwards. So it's kind of one of those reflecting on the past, but also kind of just staying in the present and then moving slowly, getting forward. So,
Which is true. We just had a podcast the other day with William Kenny, and he was saying how time is, the faster you go, the slower it is in time. The slower in time, the faster it goes. So time is really relevant of how we're moving in this lifetime and how we wanted to see it too.
yes.
So I just thought I'd bring it up because it was.
Yeah, it was a very good interview that we did, and it will be airing in November. So if you're looking for it in our podcast, you won't find it yet.
It's coming.
It's coming though, and it's a really good one.
It is a really
Yeah.
good one. It was left our mind just like,
Mhm.
whoa, what are we gonna do with this guy? Okay, the Knight of Michael, that's the right one, right? There we go. So I just checked. Anyways, it talks about situations. Time for swift action. It will be necessary to move with great diversiveness and confidence. Develop a plan and know exactly how to carry it forward. There is a great deal of activity. This card encourages you to follow your mind over your heart for the results you desire. While you will be urged to act quickly, you mustn't act impulsively. People, a person who is able to accomplish many things at once, someone with a brilliant mind and capacity to solve with your intellectual problem, strong, focused, committed, and educated. Additional meanings of this card is the champion of a cause, sudden changes, lack of diplomacy. So that could be a little bit on the negative side.
Mhm.
But just saying, be strong in your decisions that you're going to be making out. Don't allow your heart to actually be the whole guide of where you need to go with it. Let your mind sort of take you in the direction you need to go. But take your time with it so that you don't do it impulsively and makes wrong turns that you're going to go back later and go, no, why did I do that? So think about it as you're doing it.
Yes.
Anyways,
Yes. Good one.
nice card.
Very nice card.
So August is going to be a fast moving month.
It is going to.
And it seems like it's coming up fast too, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah.
Yes.
It's just like the time is slipping by.
Yeah.
Okay, the cards I'm going to use are the Guides of the Hidden Realms by Colette Baron-Reid. This is her new deck, which is really cool. And I sort of mentioned this the other day when I did the unboxing of it, is that she painted all these pictures, and in them she used, I watched a thing when she unboxed them, and she used holy water to paint all of them, and then all this different stuff. And these were all visions that came to her. So yeah, they're really, really cool cards. So
right, nice.
Yeah. Anyways, the card I got is Another Chance to Be. It says Reclamation, Second Chances, Rebirth, and Emotional Healing. That's the card there.
Nice.
And the way that I'm feeling about it is it's like, it really is, it's like, we reflect on, and interesting because I think it goes with the card that you chose, because it's like when we reflect on the things of how far we've been and how far we've done, and mistakes we've made, and obstacles that we've overcome, and hurdles and those kind of things. It's like, this is the time to really be gentle with ourselves and think, this is my another chance to be who I want to be, and redo myself and reclaim who I want to be and what I want to stand for. And I think this is a really important time for August, because with your card, it kind of says that too, is to do this reflection, to find out who you really want to be in this world and how you want to show up for everybody.
Mostly yourself.
Yeah. Again, it's all the blues. So it's like, to me, again, very much about the throat chakra, and very much about, speaking your truth and those kind of things. So.
I agree with her 100%, because it's a beautiful card. It's a really beautiful card. It was interesting how she came about that too. But it is a talk about rebirth and reclaiming your peace with your own self. And Kimmy said it is true of the voice. Because as we speak our truths, we define where we're going from there. So if we're speaking of our truths, when we're talking and we're not trying to cover up anything, it allows us to walk on that real purity of our own lives, of where we want to travel, what we want to do. And the octopus being there too at the bottom, it's squid, whatever you want to call it, because of the 8 legs of the octopus too, is to me is infinity as such, right? So it says that you're walking on where you want to go. Think big of what you want to do, how you want to heal what you've been through, because it's talking about second chances here and reclaiming. So think big about what you want to clean up from the past. Okay, forgive yourself for. It's not about forgiving the other people. It's about forgiving yourself first and speaking your truth. That's going to give you what you need in order to gain your peace for the future coming up. So, wow, they do go together really big, don't they?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so in here it says, many species on our planet can naturally regenerate. An octopus restores a limb when injured. A dormant tree awakens in the spring with new leaves. Now you too are invited to experience the revival of something in your life. It may have been on hold, or something you had to repair, or something you thought was lost but now can be reborn in a new form. The universe is giving you the gift of a second chance. If the renewal is a relationship, it can be a beautiful thing. After a challenge and disconnection, you may now have a better understanding of each other's needs. Then you can make the conscious decision to move forward and evolve together, perhaps with changes to the shape of the relationship. In any situation, the rebirth isn't something you stand by and just watch. It will take some effort on your part, but the results will be more than worth it. Mistakes may have been made on your manifestation journey, but you can learn from them and regroup. Now is the time to reclaim your faith, your vision, and your hope. No matter your question, a second chance is assured. So I'm not going to read the reverse, but
nice.
Yeah.
That's such a beautiful card.
yeah, I
You know?
really love them.
It really does. It's yeah. Boy, did they ever run together, these two cards.
They
August
absolutely
is going to
do.
definitely be
It's like a deep month, it feels like to me, like
Very.
a lot of reflection and a lot of, kind of figuring out your path where you're gonna go down.
Yeah, which is good, which is really good, because sometimes we push things from our past. We just keep putting them back and we back and back, but we're not really digging our feet deep into it to find out what it is that's really connecting with us and that won't let go of us, sort of thing, to find that happiness. Once we dig our feet in really, really deep, like it's suggesting, then we can find our footsteps in the sand, a clear new footstep in the sand of where we're going and what we want to do. So yeah,
Yeah,
should be good.
yes, I think so.
Okay, so the next one I picked for August was cards by Kyle Gray, and it's called The Divine Masters. Carl Gray, I don't know, Kyle Gray, I don't know if you've ever listened to him, but he's very good at what he does.
Yes,
And
yes,
his cards are lovely too.
yes.
Anyways, card I picked up, I was going to do that first. The card I picked up here was Michael and Faith, which is interesting because my last card I had picked up was the Knight Michael. So weird. They all ran in together. And Michael to me is a really strong angel.
Yeah.
And Michael, to me, I call him Michael for all different kinds of things, to be with me when I'm sad or when I need some answers to some things and that kind of thing. So it's Michael is about a spiritual calling. It's about divine protection and breakthrough moment. I think too, what it's saying is, I'm not going to read the card yet. What it's saying here is I see the white light around him, sort of thing, and it's almost like a vase that's coming up. And it's just saying that you have a spiritual calling that's coming. And I guess August must be that month, because it's talking about you got divine protection around you. So don't be afraid to go and dig deep into what it is that's calling you and find out what it is that you need to get rid of. You know, what you need to bring forward for yourself too. If you've been manifesting some things that you want to bring forward, that's a deep calling. Bring it forward to you. If you need to get rid of some stuff, past, present, future, whatever it is, cut those cords, get rid of that stuff that you don't need to be dangling on with you anymore. And at the same time, have faith that there is going to be a breakthrough moment for you that's going to come through, and you're going to get the things that you've been calling for. So let that happen for you. The blues around it again of the voice saying, don't be afraid to speak your truth. Now, I want to go and elaborate on that a little bit more. Sometimes speaking our truths, when you hear it, you think, oh, I don't know if I can speak my truth openly to other people. But speaking your truth doesn't necessarily mean you have to say it vocally to somebody. Speaking your truth is being honest with your own self, right? Talking to your own self enough that your truths actually embed deep in you to really get to the grit of where you need to be going with it, to pull it out and be the person that you are. So don't be afraid of that. Because when we say speak your truth, speaking your truth is about doing it for you and doing it if you have to just for you and saying it to you. So that's what I get from this card. So it just says August is going to be like a really big month of connecting to your own self, connecting and talking to yourself for the breakthroughs that you want to come through in the months ahead, sort of thing. It's really cool.
Well, that's cool. That was awesome. Yeah, so I agree with you because it's like he's surrounded in this golden yellowish white light, and it's like it's truly connected. So I think too, it's telling you that this is the time to call on your angels and things like that, and to know that you have that direct connection to the divine or God, whatever you want to call it, and it comes from within your heart. So when we're connecting, we always think we connect to the divine, like using our mind and yes, sort of, but you need to bring it from your heart first.
As well.
And then
Yeah.
that's how you really connect in, because you can just feel that soul one. And I think with faith in there as well, it is really talking about having faith that there is that spiritual connection for you, and that you're connecting not only with above, but you're also connecting outwards, and you're shining and emitting your light outwards. So like you said, being that it's your spiritual calling, it's talking about really doing this deep dive in August so that you can really find out what this path is that you want to go down. And if you've been hitting walls and hitting walls and hitting walls and thinking, okay, maybe this is just isn't the path, that's where you were saying, like, speaking the truth to yourself and saying, like, is this really what I want? Is this what I feel deep in my soul and in my heart, that this is what I want? Because if it is, keep going.
Yeah.
Don't give up yet.
Yeah.
But if it's not, if in your soul, when you really talk honestly to yourself and you say, yeah, you know what, I don't think that's, maybe it's a branch off of that, but if it's not that, then you just move into what it is.
And it may be hard to think about moving into that other direction that you need to go into. But at this time, it's saying that you have the protection behind you to make those moves. So have the faith that if you decide to, move away from a situation that you're already in, it's going to be good down the road for you, because this is the time of embracing your own truths.
That's right.
Right. So it's a neat card.
And don't let other people influence you in this, because I feel like that's the real message that's coming through with these cards and with the energy that I'm feeling, and I think maybe you're feeling it too, is that it's really about an inner soul search, and not that we don't take into account our family and our friends and things like that, but it's really, this month is really about doing your own deep search of yourself, and not listening to any naysayers, because if there's something you want to do, you should be going out and doing it.
It's saying take
confirmation
take the step of your happiness to come.
Exactly.
That's where it is. Anyways, the meaning of the card. Let's see if they agree. Let's see if Kyle agrees with us here. Okay, Michael and Faith, it's called a spiritual calling, divine protection, and a breakthrough moment. Archangel Michael is one of the best known and most trusted angels across the cosmos. He is the leader of God's protective legion of angels and works tirelessly to guide all those who call on him for protection from lower vibrational forces and negativity. Archangel Faith is his twin flame. As her name suggests, this powerful feminine archangel helps to move into a deeper state of faith and trust, both in our higher power and in the goddess that runs through humanity itself. Both of these angelic beings can create a powerful force field around you so that you can feel safe to be yourself, and maybe reveal some of the tender aspects of yourself and your spiritual talents. For the most part, Michael and Faith are the very light workers that walks the planet, and just by thinking of them, we invoke their protection. The message with this is the universe needs you. We're here. Where you are now is where you are most needed. Consider yourself strategically placed, even if where you are is less than ideal. Know that there is an opportunity there to align the purpose and the meaning. If you are experiencing a dark cloud of uncertainty or fear, call on Michael and Fate to light the way for you. If you have been asking to be shown your life purpose, know that you are on the right now. You are right now, and what you are facing will help you to be a greater service and the better person that you'll be. Your life is your life is destined to be aligned to spirituality and higher purpose. And this particular challenge is actually the moment when you break through into a greater understanding of who you truly are and why you're here in a specific time. That is cool, because that is just saying that all the cards have aligned so strategically and telling you or suggesting to you what you should be doing. And if you follow it through, it could be a real big breakthrough for you of the things to come.
Mhm.
So that's even so way
Yeah,
cool too.
that is very way cool.
Wow. I like
All
this.
right.
I like this.
Right?
Yeah.
So the cards that I chose for my second deck are the White Light Oracle by Alana Fairchild.
Very, very bright.
Can't really see it, but
No.
and the card that I chose is Volva of Seidr. This is the card
Nice.
here.
Do you want to hold it? Yeah.
So what I'm really getting with this card, and it's really funny because it's like she's laying down and she's got her eyes closed and she's kind of meditating and she's got her hands on her heart center. And it's like she's really just becoming very, very vulnerable and really tapping into what is in her heart and putting that out there into the world and connecting with source on this and really just getting the messages that she needs to have come to her at this time. It's like she's just like there's just such a raw vulnerability of it. And I mean, she's a little bit naked in the picture. So there's that. So it is really just talking about, being vulnerable too, I think, of going forward and trying some new things, even if things scare you, to really do this deep dive like we've been talking about and really kind of start just opening up to what brings you the happiness in you. It's like she's got these symbols coming down her. It's almost like of the chakras, but it's almost like a light code as well, where she's getting all this information that's coming from source. And when you're silent and everything else, you can start to decipher these messages from spirit.
Wow. That's very cool.
Thank you.
How could you enlighten yourself any more on that? 'Cause it's true. You really said it in
Okay.
really well. And I think too, because with her hair flow and everything else, it's almost got the Medusa look to it, and in some ways. But it is about going deep within yourself, and with the symbols in the middle, I'm thinking your chakra system and things like that. Where you go down and you can find out all the levels of where you need to be traveling, what levels need to be fixed on your chakra system too, to help you to find what you want for down the road. And it is about being vulnerable, accepting your own truths, really accepting your own truths about yourself. And once you open those up, now your heart to feel it, your mind to connect with your heart, then you're going to bring the two of them together so that you can find that person that you really have been trying to work towards and being in your lifetime. So it's to the betterment of the things to come for you. And that's what it's about. We're trying to always do the best for ourselves, because when we're the best of ourselves, we push that out into the world and people can see the best we are, and we can cause that happiness to come across from us to others that we meet in an everyday thing, and make the smiles come to our face as well. So that August, that that in the end, with all your deep concentration and everything else, that you're going to be going to this. And I think this is going to travel on past the August month. This is going to be sort of an endeavor you're going to be on for maybe the rest of 24 to find the relevance of where you want to travel at the end of it, sort of thing, before you start 2025. But Yeah, dig deep into you, let the emotional stuff come forward, let it connect with your brain. Don't let the emotional just drive it. Let the two of them together drive you where you need to go to find the surface of where you want to be down the road and the bliss you're looking for.
Yeah. And funny that you mentioned Medusa, because it just made me think of that I was having a conversation with my granddaughter last night, our granddaughter last night. And so what we were talking about was Medusa, and then that people are getting these Medusa tattoos because it stands for overcoming sexual assault. And so, and I didn't have no idea. So to me, it was really funny that you, not funny, but like coincidental that you said that, because I feel like with everything that we've been saying about doing these deep dives into our past and things like that, it's, and not just that as something that you've overcome as a trauma, but just in general, it's like if you've overcome some kind of trauma, to really look at that and really just, you know, honor yourself from having overcome these traumas and moving forward to push it into the next level.
True, because if you do that, then what you're doing, not allowing yourself to go down that rabbit hole of trying to pull yourself back up all the time. And some people don't ever come back from the rabbit hole of what they've traveled. So yes, let those things from the past that have really dug deep into you finally surface, finally iron them out. You know, make them so that you can forgive yourself and move on, so your life can just become more of a pattern life of what you want to try, where you want to travel, what you want to do, and also find your happiness, right?
Funny how these synchronicities just happen in life.
Isn't it?
Like as soon as you said that, I was like, what? We just had that conversation last night. Okay, so it says, your inner spiritual power can
Trying to
heal
get the light off of it.
circumstances in your life. Yeah, this one's really hard to see.
Yeah,
I think you got it though.
I think I might have it
Yeah.
that way.
Journey within to gain clarity and conscious redirection of your inner energies towards what you wish to manifest. Do not try to control what is happening. Instead, work to bring positive influence to bear so that you may contribute constructively towards shaping the outcome for the greater good. From the Norse traditions of Scandinavia comes the sorcery of Seidr, the practice of cracking open an egg in order to read and also shape the future. The egg is a symbol of infinite divine potential and the beginning of new life. Seidr is a mysterious soothing or visionary practice, which also involves shamanic healing to divine an appropriate pathway through times of trouble and communal strife, through prayer, chant, and binding magic, as well as visionary practices in an altered state, all of which are supported by focused collective intention. A powerful healing takes place. The appearance of this oracle indicates that your soul talents, whatever they may be, can be of an influence in the world. If you dedicate yourself to personal development for the greater good, you can contribute to the spiritual evolution of humanity. Even if our intentions are pure, believing we know what should happen to whom and when is the working of the ego and not the soul. We may want the best for all beings, but we cannot know why their path is unfolding as it is, or why their soul needs to learn. Seidr is a practice of shadows and spell casting, binding, and release, which could be used for higher purposes or personal gain. It dwells upon the borders of morality. The spiritual maturity of the practitioner will determine whether its effects are for good or ill. This oracle advises us that good intentions are not enough to ensure the outcome of our efforts is beneficial. We need the wisdom that comes through surrendering into divine intelligence. With an awakened heart, it is possible to be a clear channel for spiritual light in this world, dedicating our soul's talents to overcoming hate and divisiveness. Traditionally, the practitioner of a Seidr was a spiritual leader known as a Volva, or a soothsayer or seer, woman of prophecy, or Sayokona, woman of magic. She would not work alone, but called upon community members to empower the practice. When we choose to align our actions with our heart truths, we become the spiritual birth mothers and founding fathers of a more spiritually advanced humanity. Tremendous creative power is generated when a group comes together in focused practice. If you seek to work with others, be aware of the positive potential and proceed with integrity and care. The patron goddess of Seidr is Freya, the Norse goddess with an insatiable appetite for pleasure, life, sensuality, the finer things, and unconditional freedom to be as she chooses. She is also a goddess of war. Hence, she is not afraid to enter into battle nor love. Her husband Odin is associated with prophecy, inspiration, and ecstasy. When he is away from her, she weeps red gold tears. No stranger to suffering or ecstatic pleasure, Freya is the divine Volva. She reminds humanity of both our innate spiritual powers to embrace all of life and the inner spiritual resources we have to make it through any difficulty without compromising our hearts. The art of Seidr is one of collective dreaming and doing. It is the ability to move in darkness, to become wise to our own potential, to become manipulative, controlling, and therefore negative, and to outsmart that by consciously choosing to bring love, freedom, spiritedness, and passion, the hallmarks of our presiding sorceress Freya, into our lives. The message of this oracle is that you are able to bring a positive influence into whatever situations or circumstances unfold in your life. Declare yourself to goodness. Believe in your powers to affect positive change.
Wow.
I'm not going to read the healing process, but yeah. So basically, they are wordy cards, but there's a lot of information there. And I think it's really was along what we were talking about of really, looking into ourselves and with them cracking open that egg and that, looking for the messages there. I think it's saying to you to really look for the messages in some of the most unusual places that you can find them and just be open, sort of like when you mentioned the Medusa and it, like look for those synchronicities in life because those are messages to you about some things that you need for your own healing and things like that.
Yeah, it's so true. And it was so interesting because before we even got on to doing this today, we have to hurry here. Some situations around us have occurred and falls right in line with what's going to be coming up here in August. So yeah, pay attention to this. Good luck in your August for finding your journey of where you want to be in your mind, body, and soul. Because it's heading your way if you let it. So open yourself up to the best you can be.
Yep, absolutely. And I will just let you know one thing to look forward to in August is August 30th. We're going to be doing a live readings with Ala Kazuni that we had on our podcast a couple of times.
Lovely lady.
We're going to be doing some live readings on YouTube at 11 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. So if you want to join us on there to get a reading done, the three of us are going to be pulling a card for people and doing readings that way. So please feel free to tune into that. We'd love to see you there. And other than that, we hope you have a magical month.
Bye for now.